Okay, then we're back at it again. We got Sunnison Bunnison in the building, also known as Sunny Bunny, also just known as Sunny. Pen down for you. It's about to get real. Today we're gonna go over an incredibly powerful technique for confronting and calming your anxiety, and one that has helped me tremendously. And it is called emotional freedom technique, also known as EFT tapping. And you do this by tapping on different parts of your body with your fingers, which in turn calms your nervous system. So I'll go more into depth about the benefits behind it and then do a little quick demo. So feel free to skip ahead to that if that's why you're here. We'll get into what it is and the science behind it, why it works. How would be research shows that by tapping on these certain designated points that we'll get into later, it actually has been proven to send a calming signal to your amygdala, which is the major processing center of your brain and regulates certain emotions, especially those relating to fear and like your fight or flight. Now, this can help in not just calming anxiety or panic attacks, but also in clearing any built-up trauma that people may have. And while talk therapy is great, it doesn't work for necessarily everyone. Everyone's different. So this is a really cool way to not just sit down and use words, but to involve your body in the process of healing and developing that sort of mind-body connection. But especially for people that are a little more anxious and fidgety, that's kind of me. I'm always like playing with something or shaking my leg. It really helps to kind of just engage your whole body and at the same time work through any trauma or anxiety that may be bugging you. And I do want to give a quick shout out to one of my therapists who first introduced this to me, and I've since kind of done some discovery on my own. There's a really highly valuable resource I found in this man named Nick Ortner, and I will share a bunch of links regarding to. He takes you through some guided meditations on how to do it, so I can link some of those and other studies about the benefits of it. And now let's get into a live meditation that I will lead. Now let's start by finding a comfortable place for this, whether that's laying in your bed, sitting down, laying on the ground, whatever feels most comfortable to you. And let's just feel our surroundings, whether that's the couch cushions, the pillow on your head, just allowing your body to sink into its surroundings. And now let's take a second to tune into our breath. Just make a note of how it feels if your heart's beating fast. Maybe it's already calm. But either way, let's dive into about 3 to 5 rounds of doing a 4-8 expansion breath. So that will just be a 4-second inhale, breathing in through the stomach, expanding your diaphragm, and then an 8-second exhale. So I will now begin, and again, doing 3 to 5 rounds of this, whatever feels best for you. But let's get started. Feel free to continue and pause the video here if you'd like to do a few more rounds, but that's a great start to this. And now step number 1 will be tuning into what we want to work on this session, whether that's anxiety, stress, money, finances, relationships. Try to take a second in this calm state to tune into your intuition and whatever comes first to mind. That is likely usually what your body is trying and asking you to address first and foremost. This can also be something, as big as having lost a loved one or dealing with, losing a job, and can range from as small as, someone cut you off in traffic and it's still really bothering you on your way home from work. So no shame or judgment on whatever it is, just whatever your mind and your intuition brings to you first. Just take that as the answer. And now let's just take a second before diving into the tapping to give whatever you're struggling or wanting to work on, give it an intensity rating on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being just absolutely unbearable pain to 1 being, just a small minor inconvenience. So just make a mental note of that number and we shall begin. We'll begin with the first point, which will be the outside of either of your hands underneath your pinky. So choosing which hand and then using the opposite hand. I'll begin by very gently tapping with 3 to 4 fingers. Just begin tapping, and we'll close our eyes and begin a mantra saying, I acknowledge the sensations I'm experiencing, and while they are tough to let go, I choose to release them now and find peace. I acknowledge the sensations I'm experiencing, and while they are tough to let go, I choose to release them now and find peace. I acknowledge the sensations I'm experiencing, and while they are tough to let go, I choose to release them now and find peace. Moving on to the second point, which will be the area between your eyebrows. You can use either one of both hands, using 2 fingers, tapping on the inside of your eyebrows, where your eyebrows meet your nose. Just begin gently tapping, and here we'll just take some time to tune into that issue that's bothering us, allowing it to come out, express itself in any way it sees fit, looking to fire the brain, fire the amygdala, and to send a calming sensation to your whole body. So just continue tapping for a little and allowing whatever feeling need to come out. The third point we'll move on to is on the outside of your eye, kind of where you feel that bone, that ridge. Just again, you can use either 2 hands or just 1. And again, continue to just gently tap it with 2 fingers. Still continuing to feel the issue or the whatever is plaguing you. And just allowing it to come to the surface. Making peace with it. Letting it know that this is a safe space. The next point will be under the eye. Again, when you feel that bone underneath your eye, and you can, again, use 1 or 2 hands and 2 fingers for this one. And just begin gently tapping. And we'll still stay focused on just feeling into the sensations or whatever issue is bothering you. And just gently beginning to open up ourselves to the possibility of overcoming and letting this issue go. Taking the lessons and blessings from it. And understanding that it happened for a reason. Moving on to the next point, which will be above your lip, underneath your nose, in between there. Just beginning to gently tap with 1 hand, 2 fingers. Now that we've opened up ourselves to the possibility of letting this issue go, we can now take some time to tune into our bodies and ask if there's any message it's trying to relay to us. And just working on being as open as possible to receiving that message. Next point will again just be 1 hand, 2 fingers on that chin bone, the top of your chin bone. Gently tapping, and for this round, just taking time to fully feel into the issue and our desire to let it go, and just feeling, allowing an emotion or feeling to take its course and without judgment express itself. The next point will be using all 10 fingers, tapping just below the collarbone. And now that we've taken some time to allow our emotions to express themselves, we hopefully can begin to feel a little bit of a weight lifted and our body loving and appreciating us taking the time to allow it to express itself. Just growing more connected with a purpose and truly who we are. And just sitting in this moment. And the second to last point will be using either hand, going underneath your armpit, using a couple fingers to gently tap. And now we're going to work on fully letting go. So we can imagine our pain, our issue, as a leaf that is gently floating down into a calm flowing river. And as the leaf hits the water, the river takes it downstream, and we can just watch our issue, that problem, slowly being swept away for us to release and allow for new experiences, emotions, and feelings to come into our life. The final point will be on the top of the head, using 3 fingers, just gently tapping on the crown. You can continue to visualize the leaf floating down the river, just focusing on releasing and letting go of this pain that we've held on to, and knowing that we have acknowledged and given it love, and it is now safe to move on. And now we'll just go over one more round, hitting all those points again. And I'll just be repeating the mantra throughout. And so at whatever pace feels comfortable for you, I'll start again with the outside of our hands. And I'll repeat the mantra. I am safe and grounded. I am open to releasing all pains and finding peace in my mind and body. I am letting go. I am mindful, strong, and safe in every part of my mind and body, now and forever, now and forever. And just continue progressing through all the points. So go back to the I and go at whatever pace is comfortable for you. I'm safe and grounded. I am open to releasing all pains and finding peace in my mind and body. I am letting go. I am mindful, strong, and safe in every part of my mind and body, now and forever, now and forever. The one more mantra. I am safe and grounded. I am open to releasing all pains and finding peace in my mind and body. I am letting go. I am mindful, strong, and safe in every part of my body, now and forever, now and forever. And that's it. And you can do as many rounds as you want. I usually recommend doing at least 2 and then going on and feeling from there. And then once you finish, tune back into that issue and compare to the rating you gave originally, and then rate it again and just see the difference. And I hope there was a significant drop off or relief for you. So just to quickly summarize, we just went over those main tapping points on your body, and don't feel pressured to get it perfect. There's not exactly a right or wrong way to do this, just in those general areas, tapping gently and just pinpointing the issue you want to address, focusing on it, confronting it gently, and then just working on letting it go and receiving any messages your body is trying to give you. So that's really the main gist of it. And, feel free to do it on your own and, add your own mantras that may bring you peace if you created some or heard some in your own life. Because it's really a technique that you can adopt and make your own. So I just hope that some of you found it helpful. And as always, feel free to reach out. Always happy to talk. And I believe in us.